Hey, welcome to math class, baby. So, this is your average science-based lifter, right? You can obviously tell he's got a little muscle on him, a little bit, maybe a six-pack, maybe a little bit of quads. Ah, no, he doesn't have quads. No calves. Yeah, that's pretty much it. He also has a huge brain. I'm not saying it's a bad thing because it can help you a lot. He just doesn't have the body to match it. And then here is a muscular, huge quads, super small waist, huge lats, ginormous arms, pretty big shoulders, very small head. He hasn't got room, he hasn't got a neck. Hey, hold on. Alright, so seriously, this guy's got some more size, but he's got no brain. This guy's got the brains. Now what if you combine them two? That's the type of lifting we're doing today. Yeah, alright. So this guy, he's got the muscle, he's got no brain, but he lifts heavy. Now there's a reason why this guy is small. His ego part of his brain controls the fact that he doesn't actually know how to take advice from a guy who's bigger than him and lift heavy. Now, he also doesn't train intense. This guy, he trains intense. Alright? Intense training. Sorry for my handwriting, I never went to school. Well, I'm teaching school, but I never went. Anyway, what this guy has is he's got the proper knowledge how to take that intensity and actually apply it to feel the muscles better, to be able to get a better contraction, to build more solid tissue. So this guy can turn into an absolute super massive human. Big biceps, big quads, big abs, big lats, big traps, big chest. Alright, he's a fucking monster, guys. He's got veins, he's got all that stuff. It's not because of the steroids. It's because he's taking what the science-based lifter approaches and also applying it to what he's doing. That's kind of what we're doing today. How much volume is right for you? Now, a science-based lifter will say that you're doing too much to the big guy because he's training intense. The big guy will tell him that you're not training intense enough. Let's deep dive. I'm gonna take these off for a second and explain this so you guys can understand a little better. We're doing a back day today. The primary focus of this back day is to show you how much volume you actually do need in a workout, and it really depends on your goals. So, you know, if you're cutting, I can't spell for shit, versus bulking, all right? When you're cutting, you're going to be focusing more on maintaining strength. I really can't spell today, or you're getting it. And the reason why we really want to maintain it or gain the strength is because of the fact that all that muscle that we put into that off season, that winter arc that you guys have done, you know, spend all that time putting all the size and effort into building size. You don't want to lose that, right? So that's why we want to maintain strength as much as we possibly can. So we're going to lower the volume, starting around 1 to 2 top sets per exercise. In this back day, right now I'm in my peak off season, all right? So I'm gonna be doing a lot more volume, and I'm in this bulking state, all right? More volume and strength gains. And that's because food is gonna be high and drugs are high as well in my case. What does that look like? It looks like better recovery. The reason why we can do all these different things is because we have better recovery. So in a cut, we're not gaining muscle, we're just trying to maintain it and really show what we've done in that bulk. You're trying to manage fatigue as well. Obviously, you have the science-based lifters, and the whole point I talked about that at the beginning is because of the fact that every science-based lifter, or at least most of them, are going to tell you that you're doing too much, whether in your cut or you're in a bulk, and that it's not productive for gains. When you're cutting, you want to literally be doing the most intensity during your sets, right? So that's why we're lowering the volume. But you're also not going to be doing so much volume to where the point you can't recover after 3, 4, 5, 6 days, a week and a half. I've had times where I'm in a cut when I was natural, and there were leg days that it took me a week and a half to recover from. And it was just like, well, dude, am I doing too much volume? And in that situation, maybe, right? So that's something to be aware of, biofeedback. And I don't want to have this video be too long, but we'll briefly kind of talk about biofeedback and what that is. And so that is basically how you feel, right? Are you sore? How long? Right? Like all these questions you should be asking yourself after a training session. after a couple training sessions. Look at your physique and be like, all right, how does my physique look and how do I feel? Those days where you realize like I'm still not recovered from my leg day 5 days ago, like maybe write it down in your logbook and be like, all right, is this happening more than one time in a month, right? Is this happening 2 times, 3 times every leg day? That's something to be aware of. Now, obviously, you don't want to go to as far as that mindset of, oh, well, I'm feeling like shit and like, I just don't want to do anything and you know, this is just too hard. But it's just like, it is what a cut is supposed to be doing. You're gonna be lower energy. Now on the bulking side, you can get away with more volume, right? Like we said, because we have better recovery. We have tools available to us to be able to boost that anabolism, where you're anabolic, right? You have more food. You're gonna be sleeping more, like I said, as well. But on top of that, taking advantage of every single workout, right? Like this is a period where I can gain muscle. Why go in the gym and half-ass it? These are kind of what we're gonna be talking about as well in the workout today. But that is about it for the mass class, the actual classroom part of the video. We're gonna get straight into the actual gym now. I will see you guys when we get there. All right, what is going on, guys? You're back with another video for mass class. Today's focus is how much volume you actually need in the gym. And I know we already kind of went over that with that in the last segment in the classroom, but now we're gonna actually apply that. So we just got here, waiting for this period to kind of kick in, feel the tinglies going, and then we're gonna just fucking crush it. We're gonna have a dope ass lift. We're hitting back today. It's gonna be more of like an upper back focus with some arms as well at the end. But I'm kind of gonna go through each body part, explain how much volume I'm doing, and explain where like people kind of go wrong in their volume. But the biggest thing, can't train like a pussy. We're gonna be going hard today. We'll just get back into it. We'll see you in the gym. All fancy manual.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, no, this is how you get some of the best pumps in the gym, as well as like endurance. One is the EAs. Like a super about 6 grams of EAs, which can kind of help with like endurance in the gym. And then the secret from citrulline. So I go 6 grams of citrulline. I'm usually halfway done with this actual drink, halfway through my workout. So the second half of my workout is a little bit more energized, fueled up. It's the greasy as well. But I also get a great rest of the pump from this when I work out. It's got more citrulline in my system. If you really want to get creative, you can add a little bit of carb powder to it as well. The amount of water you use is important. Where do you go? Let's go get some back. All right, so our mic's died, so I'm just kind of explaining what we're doing here, which is a variation of a lat pull down. I like this attachment a little bit more just because I can actually rest my hands in between and not have to worry about just pulling or squeezing my grip at all. But basically what we're doing here is 3 total top sets with 2 warm-ups. I'm kind of just talking about the difference between volume when you're cutting versus bulking. I would start both at 1 or 2 top sets, but bulking you're going to want to eventually progress up to 3, maybe even 4 top sets depending on how many exercises you're doing with the volume in mind, as well as intensifiers. But if you're cutting, just keep it to 1 or 2 top sets. Really just try to progress weight-wise. So usually for my first actual working set, generally I'm going to go a little bit heavy. And sometimes sacrifice a little bit of form. Before you get all pissed off at me when I say that, like, realize that gym is not just the fucking perfect execution with every single scientific fiber. That's all your science-based lifters are fucking watching this and saying like, you're not controlling the weight enough. You're going too fast on the negative. It's like, dude, what about actually trying to get a little bit stronger so you build up some more muscle? Putting yourself in a different actual state of normal. I do really like emphasizing both the stretch and the squeeze as well. I feel like it's here on social media that the squeeze, or the stretch is the only thing that matters. It's like, come on, people. You squeeze that fucking muscle, build that constant tension, be able to feel the muscle out, but also, you look at the 90s bodybuilders, you wonder why they had these just muscles that look like absolute bronze and just rock hard muscles. Like, what's up, bud? Yeah. What do you got? Oh, nice. Yeah. Me too. But yeah, like that's the other thing. You want to build like that thick, dense muscle. Like, it comes from squeezing. It comes from going heavy. Instead of trying to go just one or the other. You know what I mean? A combination of both. One of my honestly favorite movements in my back there is where you start getting the upper back stuff, really just building that thickness. Like the traps area, the rear delts, the rhomboids. So it's a great machine for it. I'm leaning a lot more farther back in it. I'll just show you for a warm set, for example. So I'm up here, I'm down, I'm point up, I'm like back here. You feel that upper squeeze. It's pretty great. Probably just do. That'll probably just be the only one. So. That's the other thing too, is like, once you start feeling those forearms take over, don't try to fucking push to mechanical failure. What that is like overall failure. Can't do one more rep no matter what muscle you're engaging. Start to notice any pull down movement, any roll movement where it's like, damn, my forearms are on fire. Maybe you should stop a little bit early, drop the weight a little bit, reassess. All right, last set. I might do a rest pause here to get some more intensity in. So keep it low with that and just try to get as many reps as possible without letting my forearms take over. Stop, wait 15 seconds, and then try to get 2 or 3 more reps. The benefit of doing that is like benefiting the muscle a lot more when it comes to stimulus, how much you actually have, the potential you have in the muscle, rather than just trying to drop set and just push to get a bunch of cardio volume down. That was perfect. That's the way to go. Just use your wipe off onto yourself. All right, so the mics died again, but basically what we're talking about here is Y-bar cable rows. These are a great movement when it comes to building up the upper back, those lower traps, rear delts, rhomboids, just that overall thickness. So I'm just doing one warm-up set here basically to kind of feel out the movement a little bit. My back's already pretty warm, so I'm going to go jump into straight top sets And these will be double drop sets. As I said before, I'm in the midst of my off season right now, and I need more volume like this to grow. You really want to be able to pick a weight that you can control here, especially if this is a lacking body part for you. You know, pick a weight where it's like you can really control that squeeze and eccentric as well. Ready for a back day, you're doing 1 to 2 sets on each exercise. You're doing between 3 and 4 exercises. That alone, right away, especially at the beginning of your off-season bulk or whatever kind of gaining phase you want to say, that's going to be sufficient enough for you to grow. But over the course of like 4, 8, 16, 20 weeks, like you're going to need to consistently stack on more volume, more intensifiers. So it just means assessing your physique. All right, what body parts am I feeling sore? Is my back being able to recover in a day, 2 days, take 5 days to recover my back? All those biomarker signs are going to be good cues if you're like need to bump up training volume and do more, or if you need to kind of tone it back a bit or keep it where it's at. Just listening to your body and understanding what your body needs, because that at the end of the day is going to be able to help you grow so much more than following the latest trend on TikTok about how much volume to do, or how many drop sets you need to do, how many intensifiers you need to be doing for the workout. It's like none of that stuff matters unless you actually apply it to how your body works. Dude, I'm fucking spent today, bro. Let's go. Yo.
Das Reh im Blut, der Vogel singt nicht mehr. Ich komm und besiege den Fluch deiner Triebe. Rapunzel-Flenne, Hofturmbrenne. Ich jag dich und schlag dich, zerstör und begrab dich. Rapunzel-Flenne, Hofturmbrenne. Rapunzel, lass dein Haar herunter. Rapunzel brennen, Rapunzel brennen. Rapunzel, lass dein Haar herunter. Rapunzel brennen, Rapunzel brennen.
So this is the last exercise from back. We're just doing a high row, but more of an upper back focus on this. So when I pull back, I'm pulling slightly more elbows out to engage the upper leg, lower traps area. We're just gonna double train into this. 2 top sets. This first set we're gonna push a little heavier, and finish up the back half set to the forward fingers.
Die Last so süß, das Röschen rosa-rot. Der Bär so braun, der Adler fällt, die Märchenwelt in Not. Ich komm und besiege den Fluch deiner Triebe. Rapunzel-Flenne, Hofturmbrenne. Ich jag dich und schlag dich, zerstör und begrab dich. Rapunzel-Flenne, Hofturmbrenne. Ich bin noch wach, denn ich bin der Wächter. Ich bin nicht schlecht, doch ich bin ein Schlechter. Rapunzel, lass dein Haar herunter. Rapunzel brennen, Rapunzel brennen.
Those kill you, man. But sometimes that's what you need to put your body through. Blow some arms, shall we? We might bump up. I'm just gonna see if I feel this out for a while. So I'm just going to be doing 2 sets here. Actually 3 sets, sorry. So 1 for each arm. Then we're going to move on to some curls. Finish off with a little bit of tricep. But yeah, the main point here is just really just squeezing as hard as you possibly can, keeping that top touching the biceps the whole time. Think as if you're flexing it the whole entire time, not just like letting it go at the end. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh. I'm so full of carbs right now, that's probably why. Alright. So, that's kind of what I run through for volume for the week. But like guys, the biggest thing if I'm trying to get a point across is like, start to pay attention to your body. How it's responding to certain types of training. Like, doing both a combination of like heavy weight, but also being able to control it. Because if you're in the, it's kind of like politics, right? Like if you're on the right or left, right? You got science-based, hardcore science-based thing. On this side, you got hardcore, meatheads over here. It's like you got to have a combination of both of them to have a good mindset when going into training, because they both are required if you want to grow. Right, you have to push past your limits, and oftentimes you're taking parts from both sides and mushing them together to to create this fucking phenomenal transformation of physique and crafting the physique that you want to see. If you guys enjoyed this video, we're gonna be doing more and more like that once every week. I got a new cameraman, Ethan behind the camera, the Jack cameraman. But yeah, we're gonna be doing more of these kind of like weekly episodes. So stay tuned, guys. I can't wait to show you how to get fucking huge. Mass class, baby. We're out.
Not because of steroids.